How can we as a couple handle our finances together so that we're successful with our money?
Recently we talked about combining money after marriage, but today we talk couples in the day-to-day handling of money in a relationship. And I've got my lovely wife Bailey to help me with it.
So hit that like button and let's get started.
Hello there, my name is Caleb and my goal is to teach you financially what you may have not been taught in school. I'm truly honored that you're here. We all know that doing things as a couple can be more challenging than doing them as a single person.
But they can be more rewarding as well. Finances is one of those things.
Communicating about money as a couple can be challenging because money is like this big equation. You've got your income, you subtract your expenses, and that equals the amount that you're able to save and invest.
And when you get married, you add another income, but you also add more expenses.
Which is why working together on handling your money will put you in a better place in the future.
Let's get into some specific ways where you can work with your spouse on the topic of finance.
1. Have a serious conversation about the future with your spouse. One of the major things I want you to take away from this video is the importance of finding common ground with your spouse in terms of your goals.
Caleb and I don't differ very much on what we want for the future.
However, we don't deny that many couples have very different perspectives and visions of what their finances will look like in the future.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No.
Get your own channel. Common ground is where we can come to when there are financial disagreements.
If you have a goal of living on a 38-acre farm with a private airstrip so that you can fly anywhere you want when you get a pilot's license,
then you can always look at your financial decisions in terms of how it will affect your goals together.
We knew we wanted to buy a house last year, so we sacrificed for 2 years previously so that we could actually save up the down payment for it.
And we did.
Going into this year, Bailey and I talked about all of our financial goals.
Given that we want to open an Airbnb at some point, this means a lot of property improvements.
1, we wanted to put in a driveway. 2, we wanted to build our own camper. And 3, we wanted to replace our shed.
These are the big 3 improvements that would require the most money.
And we agreed that our future in that regard was important enough that we would sacrifice replacing a vehicle or something like that so that we could accomplish that goal.
And make sure you talk about your goals often.
It'll serve as a constant reminder why you sacrifice financially in the ways that you do. 2, budget every month together. I've mentioned this in the past, but budgeting as a couple means that you're on the same page together.
This month we're putting this much into giving, this much into vacation, and this much into pretty planner stickers.
What? When you agree on the month's budget together, it means that money disagreements will be much less frequent for the rest of the month.
You might have to compromise on some categories.
This also means tracking expenses together, because a budget is only as good as the tracking of the money budgeted.
Before we get to the last point, we have to thank our sponsor, Patios.
Our patio. Well, I guess it's not done yet.
Stay tuned.
Number 3, acknowledge your strengths and tendencies. When we took Financial Peace University together, we learned that within a couple, there tends to be one person who's more of the nerd and the other person that's more of the free spirit. The nerd doesn't necessarily love numbers, but tends to do more of the heavy lifting in terms of the family finances.
The free spirit tends to be a bit less planned in the handling of their money.
In our marriage, Bailey's most definitely the nerd. She writes the scripts for these things and I deliver them, but I have no idea what I'm talking about. Bailey, can you help me with signing up for this 401k? I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Sure, but can I wait until I'm done with this balance sheet and P&L? He's kidding.
I am most definitely the nerd in our relationship because I nerd out about all the numbers and tend to put together the initial budget for the month.
I'm much more of a free spirit. I'm interested in what money can do for me in my dreams, but I'm not very interested in the details behind it.
Neither the nerd nor the free spirit are better, and they both need each other. As they teach in Financial Peace University, the nerd helps rein in the free spirit and keeps them focused.
And the free spirit helps the nerd live life without stressing out so much.
One super interesting thing to note is that being a free spirit does not make you a spender.
And being a nerd doesn't necessarily mean that you're a saver.
We both tend to be spenders in our own unique ways, so working together is especially important for us to control our finances.
And so I'll pass this question on to you.
What are some pointers you'd like to add about how to handle your finances successfully with your spouse?
We'd love to hear from you in the comments down below.
Give this video a like because I would really appreciate it.
You really would.
And hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you found this content valuable.
And remember, money doesn't have to be confusing. You can control it.
Okay, you ready to work on our April budget? Okay, now you say, so hit that like button and let's get started.
Do I get to snap?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. You're freaking awesome at this.
You will edit this out.
I will edit this out.